So, as I said, we will have a show match. Sziky and OyA very kindly agreed to play the show match. I'm very thankful to them for this, for the fact that they agreed and that they will give you some additional entertaining while we are waiting for the finals. So amazing, and we are starting the first game. It's going to be on Neo Transistor, so let's get this party started. Okay, should be able to hear StarCraft well. As you can see, we have Mr. Sziky in the bottom left location as a blue Zerg and Mr. OyA on the bottom right location as a red Protoss. Map is Transistor, and this is the map where yesterday we had the semifinals and Sziky won with Dawid. On this map. Dawid played a gateway first opening. I wonder whether OyA will decide to go for the same thing. Normally, I know that OyA is playing gateway first regularly because he likes to apply pressure, he likes to read what the opponent is doing, he knows how to adjust to any kind of opening from Zerg, so I respect that. I also think that this is the best opening for Protoss in most of the cases. Obviously there are ways to counter it, but Zerg needs to all in. And even then, Protoss has an option to have a counter to this counter. I hope, guys, that you can hear me well. Thank you for being here, thank you for watching. 11 hatch for Sziky, so same opening for Sziky and same opening for OyA compared to Dawid. Thank you, Mr. Billy, for the confirmation. Relatively fast gust from Sziky. Maybe he will want to go for those faster Mutalisks as he did against Dawid. He managed to kill the Nexus of Dawid yesterday, because his mutas were just in time to pick the building cannon. We can see that now Sziky will probably scout because he wants to decide if he is placing the third hatchery here or here. And also he will have an option to delay the Zealot for a little bit, but because he went for 11 hatch, it usually means that he will have enough time for building links, because as you can see, pool is just finished, so he is probably building links already, so he will have at least 4 links just in time for the Zealot aggression to arrive. We can see that OyA sending second Zealot with a little bit different path. Welcome, Mr. GG. Ooh, but one drone might go down. Nice micro from OyA. And if he will be able to pick the second drone, that's insane as well. So the insane value from OyA. OyA is like, I'm very impressed how much he's improving recently when he came back to playing StarCraft, when he came back to streaming. You can see that he's practicing a lot, and those practices are having a good result. Those practices are giving him the skill boost he needs. We can see that Sziky is building a lot of links, but there will be a second Zealot arriving his base and there is no answer for it. Sziky will realize that it's coming just now, so he will have to react somehow. There is a speed for the links already, he's coming back with 4 links and those 2, so he will have the tools to defend the aggression. We can see that he's going with the longer road, but there is no block over here from OyA, so very nice play from Sziky. He will be able to run by with the links to the main base, and pick couple probes, so this is definitely thing he needs, because he invested a lot of money into those links. He lost 2 drones, he lost a lot of mining time while drilling with those drones, so definitely he needs to do something to come back to this game, because OyA already has a second Nexus, he already has a cybernetic core done. We can see that he's forcing the cannon. Very nice micro from Sziky, very nice micro from OyA as well, but I think, and there will be a second group of links. There is a hole over here, so I thought it's tight, but it isn't, and we can see incredible micro from Sziky. He is able to pick out of probes, and I think now he's having a small advantage. Obviously this cannon will block those links from dealing any damage to the probe line, but still, even forcing a cannon is a big thing. Oh, we can see that Sziky decided to jump on top of the cannon. He might be able to kill it, but in the cost of all the links, at least over there. But here he will be able to kill the Zealot. This is one less Zealot which will harass him. Actually, OyA will be able to save it. We can see that Sziky is going for very fast tech with a later third base. That will give him a chance to have a Mutas earlier than Protoss will have. Then those, like, this will be like 30 seconds earlier Mutas, and usually players on this level are getting their air defense ready just in time. So I really think that this is interesting decision from our Zerg player. Oh, he didn't even cancel the cannon. This is minus 150 minerals for OyA. Let me just ask the Team Liquid crew to add the event. Finally, OyA was able to clean those links, those harassing links. More links will arrive from Sziky, but now the wall-in is tight. At least it looks tight. Maybe there is a chance that there is a gap over here, but usually 2 Zealots are able to block the ramp. 4th and 5th hatch from Sziky. We can see that he's saving money to build 5 Mutalisks. He will have 2 larvas here, 3 larvas here. Maybe he's actually going for Scourges and he is skipping the Mutalisks. He will definitely need to saturate the 3rd base before starting producing Hydralisks. Probably going for 1 more hatchery is not a bad thing. And the fact that he went for such an early Spire gives OyA a little bit of, let's not say advantage, but maybe edge. That's definitely good for him, because Sziky now don't have those extra larvas to build drones. But you can see that he's immediately adding the 6th hatchery. So soon he will have all the larvas he needs. He also killed a lot of probes, he denied a lot of mining time, but you can see that OyA did a good job recovering. He rebuilt all those. Oh, nice micro from OyA. He rebuilt all those probes very quickly. As you can see, this is a lot of larvas. Soon OyA will be able to move out with +1 and only 5 speed lots. Those Scourges are trying to scout the moment of the move out. You know, you've seen how dangerous dealt aggression Zealots plus Corsairs were. However, now OyA has only 3 Corsairs. He is researching +1, but he will have a hard time dealing with the Mutas with such a small number of Corsairs. So those Zealots will be probably working as a distraction. Hello, Mr. MFK. Hello, hello. Long time no see. We can see that Sziky already has a relatively healthy saturation. Mr. Tinky Winky has a car. Thank you for the follow, man. He is arriving as a car rocket. This is probably a Tesla SpaceX car. OyA very nicely trying to pick the drones, but Sziky with the great micro, very nice SimCity, not allowing OyA to deal too much damage. However, OyA managed to kill a couple of them. That's a very good job from our Protoss player. But I still feel like Sziky has all the tools to win this game right now. He has a very good saturation in every single base. He already has Mutas with +1 car pace. He's mining from 3 extractors already. Usually Zerg is struggling with starting the 3rd extractor mining, but here he had enough time to build enough drones to saturate not only the minerals but also the gas. You can see that this sunken is not allowing the drones to mine properly. That's why Sziky added the 4th drone over there. We already have 7 mutas. 5 is the magical number to snipe the probe, so he's doing a good job. Ooh, nice connection. Second connection from Sziky. So only 3 coursers are left. You look at the supplies, guys. It's 86 to 85. Usually Protoss has like 20 supply advantage. So that's definitely good for the Zerg. And you can see that his saturation is very, very good. He has so many drones, at least in second base. Maybe here he would use like 5 more, but overall he has very, very good saturation. And after dealing a lot of damage to OyA in the early stage, you can see how confidently Sziky is playing right now. He knew how much advantage he had and he knew how to use it for his favor. And now his main goal will be to deny OyA expansion. OyA very good micro as well. And now Sziky is starting the production of the Hydralisk, and this will be the hardest moment for OyA, because as a Protoss you want to have the 3rd base relatively early, but if you will not get the air units control, then there is always an option that Mutalisk will snipe your High Templars, and then the Hydralisks will have a chance to destroy the ground army in muscles versus muscles battle. You can see Sziky sharking around with those Scourges and Corsairs and Mutas. Scouting Scourges. You can see already saturating the 4th base. This is just a 12th minute of the game, but we have equal supplies, basically equal supplies from both players. Those goons, you can see the IQ of the goons, not too high. It looks like Sziky is controlling the map. He's having great scouting in most of the bases. There is only 1 cannon in the entrance, so there is also a potential for the counterattack. You can see that he's moving out, he's relaying his anti-muta defense on the goons. And he will want to apply as much pressure as possible. I don't see any lurkers yet. And Sziky will probably need a couple of them in order to be able to deal with this army, unless he will be able to snipe the High Templars. But you can see the counter attack to the main base. Very smartly, Sziky knows that it will be too hard for OyA to come back and try to defend the main base, so he is going for the counter because of that, and he will be able to catch a lot of Hydralisks. There are lurkers morphing over there, but there is also observer for OyA, but he needs to be careful. If Sziky will be able to pick up this observer, it will be very hard for him to break this aggression from OyA, because he will have no detection against lurkers. Nice storms, but I think now with the lurkers it will be very hard for OyA to break this position. and we can see that he is losing the Nexus in the natural. This is a similar situation we had in the game against the world. Thank you, Mr. Yu, for the support. Top love. Thank you for 100 beats or like mana. And now those mutas are shacking around, still 11 of them. Very nice control from Sziky. The only 2 Corsairs means that they will not scare Sziky away. And you can see that OyA is almost mined out in the main base. In the first base he was mining from. A lot of Sunkens on the 12 o'clock position. Thank you, Mr. Tinky Winky. Nice storm from OyA, but it's not enough, and this Nexus will go down, so very hard position, very hard situation for the Protoss player. But he found a weak spot in Sziky defense, and he will be able to deny this base. This is the damage he needs. He needs to kill both of those hatcheries. He needs to deny this mining base from Sziky, and if he will be able to do it, he will be in a very good position. We can see that this is already +2 weapon upgrades for the Zerg on the Hydras. Sziky is sending all the units he has to defend this base, but it looks like the storms are good enough from OyA, and he will be able to kill this base and even kill all the drones. But still, even after losing all those drones, after losing this base, he will still be able to have a supply advantage, because OyA lost so much in the process of the attack, and it looks like we're gonna have a drop and the mutas. So incredible attack from Sziky, going for the counter, and he will be able to snipe the High Templars. So with the counter attack we can see that Sziky is going for the throat. But the same thing goes from OyA. He's going to the main base of the world. This game is getting crazier and crazier. Those goons are dealing with the mutas. There's a pretty significant amount of goons. And we can see that OyA is breaking Sziky position, so we might have a situation that Sziky will be left only with 12 o'clock position. But the question is, will OyA be able to save his main base? There is only 2 cannons over there, and Sziky is jumping on top of them immediately. Those goons are falling apart. There is only 5 of them, and we can see that Sziky probably will be able to hold this position. Very nice storms from OyA. However, even after taking so much damage in the early stage of the game, OyA managed to make this game messy and close. So very good game from both of our amazing Showmatch players. Very good game, very nicely done. Congratulations to Sziky for winning 1-0. This muta switch was very smart. He used the map layout on his favor, so nicely done. Next map will be Shakura's Temple. Probably OyA is watching the replay. If you guys are a little bit too late, unfortunately Mr. Quark is having health issues and he couldn't participate today, so the 3rd place match will be postponed. I will try to stream it for you over here on Trovo, but because I announced that there will be 2 show matches, 2 matches today. I organized this show match instead of this 3rd place match, just to give you additional match. So we will have Sziky versus OyA now, and after that we will have the grand finals of the surprise tournament, Bonnie versus the world best of 7. So that's cool. I think that's very nice, very nice matches to have. So I hope that you guys will enjoy today's evening. Thank you for the follows, guys. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Fenwheel. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Ivo Vladimirov. And that's very nice of you. Mr. Minerals, Mr. Ancient Sean, Mr. Dada, Mr. Masoka, Mr. Vnosev. Welcome, all of you guys. We are waiting for Mr. OyA. He is creating the game right now. Mr. Manu is arriving, the prince on the bicycle. This is a bicycle of, I don't know, space? Something like that. But we are ready to jump into the second game between OyA and Sziky, so let's get this party started. So, on the bottom right location, As a blue Zerg, we are having the Hungarian champion Zerg, Mr. Sziky. And on the top right location, we are having the Swedish hope, the Swedish best Protoss player. This is Mr. OyA. I'm telling that this is the best Protoss player because we know that there are a lot of good players from Sweden. Like there is also Mr. Nagwim, who is playing extremely well, and he is getting back into great shape if you remember him from back in the days. But Mr. OyA now is definitely showing the best form, really good. He also played very well in August when I was producing the RCG finals, round of 8. He won in the semi-finals against Dawid 3-2 with the reverse sweep from 0-2 to 3-2, and then he lost in the finals against Bonnie 3-1. But those matches were sick. Like I especially recommend you to rewatch the PvP between OyA and Dawid. Every single game was insane and insanely close. We can see that OyA will start with the gateway first. He really liked this build over there. I wonder why he is placing the gateway. Probably this is a correct position because then he will be able to place the forge over here. But maybe it would be possible to place it like here. But what the hell do I know? Maybe he wants to have a forge a little bit behind, so it will be harder to snipe it with the potential 9073. We can see that this game Sziky is going for the 12 hatch instead of going for overpool or 11 hatch, so this is a very good economical opening for the Zerg. The biggest problem is that he might have a little bit late pull to deny the aggression of the Zealot. This is pretty big map, but I think that OyA will have an option to have a Zealot like probably 4 seconds, 4-5 seconds after the links will spawn, before the links will spawn, so he will be able to at least force Sziky to pull all the drones from mining and try to glitch the Zealot. There will be, but we can see that he is not moving out with the Zealot. He's afraid that this is a 9 pull because he's scouting Sziky last, so now he will cancel the forge and go for the Nexus after seeing the timing of this hatchery. I'm pretty sure that he will cancel the forge because why not? What? Holy moly, Mr. Anonymous!
Anonymous tipped $15.
Whoa! Thank you very much, my friend. I'm really appreciating that. And we have Mr. Mishat. We have a lot of Trovo asses joining the stream today. Very nice of you guys. We can see that OyA is probably regretting that he didn't push Sziky a little bit more because Sziky started with the most possible economical opening possible. Most possible economical opening possible. Mr. Masoka just tipped $3. Thank you very much, Mr. Masoka. Mr. Masoka from Spain. Thank you guys. Can see that Sziky will threaten the run by, so OyA will need to block the ramp, and he will need to do whatever he can to deny those links from getting into the main base. But we can see that OyA is already having a Zealot in the main base of Sziky, so he is applying a lot of pressure with it. Nice micro from Sziky, but this way OyA is denying a lot of mining time from those drones. Finally Sziky managed to clear the Zealot, but it was a very nice harassment from OyA, and he did it worked because he used a different path of going towards Sziky. Oh, Mr. Yu tipped $10. Thank you, Mr. Yu.
Go BSL.
Go BSL, exactly. What? Guys, is this a Christmas for Zero? Will I be able to pay my bills? Oh my god. Mr. Manu is tipping $15. Amazing support. Thank you very much, guys. Holy moly. I will let Karolcha know that this month we are paying our bills. Why not? Thank you guys. I'm really appreciating your appreciation. I really love to hear "Go BSL" said by this voice. You can see that Sziky is saturating on the 6 o'clock position. Why it's on Trovo, not on Twitch? Because Trovo sponsored this event. So this is additional event which was sponsored on Trovo, and that's why it's casted over here. The regular BSL season, BSL 16, will be casted exclusively on Twitch. So don't worry, guys. The most important BSL event will be casted on Twitch. This is additional event to give the players reason to participate, reason to practice, and some cool tournament to participate, and to give viewers some cool tournament to watch. I think it works for everyone, so huge thanks to Trovo for allowing us to have this tour. We don't find too many companies which are sponsoring BroodWars nowadays, so it's even more worth appreciation. The finals, Bonnie vs Dawid, will be just after the show match. It will be live as well. Exactly, guys. We can't cherry pick. We should get what we have, and we should face the reality, and not because we had an option to make no event on Twitch or have this event on Trovo. So I think the choice was obvious. I really love to create as many tournaments as possible for StarCraft viewers, for StarCraft players, because I believe through those tournaments they have an option to practice. Because it's different to play in ladder, and it's different to play in the tournaments. Mr. Ash Blackson, thank you for the $5 donation. Huge support from you guys. Thank you very much. 6 hatchery already from Sziky. He was able to hold this zealot aggression on the pure sun cans, but he's not having too many drones in the natural, and he's already mining gas. So that means that he will have a really good amount of gas to make those mutas. He's probably researching the armor for the mutas. Mr. Manu with the huge support again. Mr. Yu, thank you very much for this support as well. Thank you guys. Great drone drill from Sziky. He's trying to kill those zealots as quickly as possible, using the moment when the zealots were focusing the sun can. Every second matters, so every second is delaying mining for those drones. So very nice harassment from Sziky. This is why some Protoss players believe that Zealot is the best counter against mutas. But we can see that OyA went for a lot of Zealots. He knew that one of the responses of Sziky might be going for the mutas, and he is going for double Stargate now. So that's incredible for OyA. That's incredible game sense from him. And we can see that he's applying more and more pressure, but now Sziky is even more ready because the mutas are there and in the large number, and he's maneuvering the drones very nicely. But you can see that OyA is also running by with a lot of zealots to the main base of Sziky, so he's creating as much disruption as is possible, and he will try to target fire the Spire, but probably it's not enough zealots, and this is too many Mutalisk, and we can see that Sziky is doing as good job as possible to keep those zealots away from the drones, but you can see that OyA is managing to kill a couple of them, and one more, so this is pretty good damage from the Protoss, and we can see that the number of Corsairs is growing significantly, but he's not researching the upgrades for the Corsair, and I'm expecting +1 carapace to be done soon for Sziky. But we can see that Sziky is not investing more into the mutas. Actually, the 6 is a good number, and if OyA will have like 7 Corsairs, he will still be able to deal with those mutas. +1 armor from OyA. Finally, the Corsairs are moving out, but it's 6 of them, and I don't think 6 Corsairs is enough without +1 weapon. to deal with the scourges efficiently. I'm wondering whether there is a speed for the overlords for Sziky, because this is what he's probably waiting for. Otherwise, the Dark Templar could stop the entire aggression, the entire attack. Yeah, we can see that there is a DT already from OyA. OyA is looking for those mutas. He badly wants to have a value from those Corsairs. We all know how good of a player OyA is, and he's macroing from 8 gateways right now. He's having a very healthy amount of probes. Obviously he lost a lot in the early stage while building those cannons, which weren't necessary then, but now it will be actually pretty good for him, because Sziky could apply a lot of pressure with those Hydras. Even though that there are High Templars, if there would be only one cannon, it's very easy to dodge the storms when there is no range units of the Protoss. I mean, very easy, very easy quotes in air. It's fucking hard, but it's easier to do it when there are no cannons. And Sziky with +1 weapon, 1-1 from OyA. He's macroing from 8 gateways. 3 High Templars with 2 storms each soon. He probably needs additional High Templars. Is he mining gas with 3 everywhere? Yes, he is. But he also built robotics, so he will have a relatively fast observer. That's a good information for him, because Sziky will probably build lurkers relatively soon. However, Sziky already took the 4th base, so OyA definitely needs this 3rd base. Needs to start it as soon as possible. And we can see that this is a lot of Hydralis. The mutas are trying to snipe the High Templars. However, the Corsairs are in position, but one of the High Templars will go down for sure. I don't think the second one will be sniped. Nice micro from OyA. 2 of the High Templars are alive. So nicely done. But still, OyA is moving out with only 2 High Templars against pretty significant amount of Hydralisks. Very nice storm right now. Sziky is targeting the High Templar. The second storm is good as well. This is a lot of ground army from the Protoss. So maybe he will be able to win the game with the pure muscles. You can look at the supplies, guys. It's 123 supplies, so OyA is applying a lot of pressure on Sziky. You can see that the Dark Templar is... He was able to snipe it before the Overload went down, but... there will be a lot of reinforcements, but maybe not that much reinforcement, not that big amount of reinforcements from Sziky. +2 will kick in few seconds. This will definitely give additional power spike for the Zerg against Protoss. Sziky is struggling to hold this 3rd base. This is very important for him. The biggest disadvantage of Sziky right now was that he didn't have the lurkers, so it was very hard to deal against well upgraded zealots. Now he will probably try to break this army, but it looks like this is too much of a Protoss. Very nice storm dodge and nice storm as well from OyA, even though it seemed like he was able to catch a lot of his own zealots. He managed to kill all the Hydralisks. This base is dead. This was very successful for OyA. This is definitely a thing he needed, especially that he was able to secure the 3rd base on his own at the same time. That's very good for him, because he's almost mined out in the main base. He wants to use those Corsairs to deal additional damage. This is definitely not the end of the game. Sziky has plenty of gas to build the... What is wrong with this Overload? Very nice dodges. You can see that the army composition of OyA is mostly zealots, where Sziky has plenty of more gas to build the lurkers. But now OyA found a place where there are no lurkers, so he will be able to apply more pressure. However, there is 2 Sunkens over here, so I don't think with this army he will have a successful push, at least till the end. Probably he wanted to place a nice storm and then... Ooh, those Lurkers are dealing a lot of damage. However, the storms were good enough to push Sziky back. The supplies are still relatively close. OyA is researching the upgrade in 1 fort, the second fort is on the way. This Zealot is checking if Sziky is not having any ninja base. Oh, this is definitely very good attack for Sziky. He will be able to clear most of the units from the Protoss. More and more reinforcements are coming back from Sziky, so he will be able to clear this Archon and a couple of those goons probably. At least this High Templar. So that's a small victory for Sziky. This is what he needs. After losing the 4th base, he definitely needed a small victory like that. Now he needs to deny the 12 o'clock base, but OyA with +2 armor, his units can survive so much more than without this +1/2 armor. Very nice dodge from Sziky, trying to target fire the goons, but the goons, as you can see, are still alive. The Lynx now trying to apply a little bit more pressure, but OyA is doing good job macroing and he is still building this Nexus, so it will be soon 4 base Protoss against 4 base Zerg, but we need to remember that Zerg has less workers, so he is mining the minerals slower, so Sziky is still mining from 4 bases, where OyA will be soon mined out in the natural, so he will be mining from 2 bases, so he actually is the one who needs this base. But also Protoss is the race which can use the gas very efficiently, so if Protoss has access to 4 gases, then his army composition will be stronger and stronger, but you can see that Sziky is very slowly, very methodically trying to face this army of a Protoss. We will see 2 Archons. Now maybe OyA will be able to clear those those Lurkers, but he decided not to commit into this attack. I understand it, he don't want to overdo it, he is satisfied with having the 2nd base. Like the 2nd extra base beside 2 normal bases. Sziky found the time to saturate the 6 o'clock base. Probably the Queen's Nest were supposed to be built here. This is a moment to definitely think about transitioning your army into the Cracklings, into Adrenaline Upgrade Zergling. There will be 1 more Storm available, but it was sniped before it was able to cast the Storm. This army from Sziky will be crushed, will be pushed back. There is no High Templar here, but this army of a Protoss is pretty powerful. This is definitely a little bit too ambitious for OyA to fight against so many Lurkers and so many Hydras and Lynx. He definitely wants to defend this base. There will be additional round of units from the gateways, so he should be able to defend it maybe with the cannons, but the Storm needs to be very, very good. He needs to apply as much pressure as possible. This is a little bit too ambitious from Sziky, so he will lose the first Archons very, very quickly, but he is macroing like crazy. Both of the players are trying to keep up as good as possible. This is a lot of things going on in this game. I really like those aggressive PvZs. Sziky is applying so much pressure on OyA while building Lurkers when he has money to do it. But OyA is macroing from so many gateways. The only problem he has is that he isn't able to produce the goon number, the healthy goon number. Because usually you want goons to deal damage and zealots to tank damage, and when you are losing the zealots you are backing the goons and then trying to replace the zealots and then fight again when you have them. But you can see that Sziky is able to pick the most valuable units from OyA, so there is mostly zealots, and Lurkers are very, very good against the zealots, so that's incredible. But now finally OyA decided, okay, I have enough, I can try to break it, but I don't know if this is actually enough. There is more and more units coming from Sziky. The cannons will definitely help him. And OyA very smartly is splitting the army. There will be more units coming from him. Look at the supplies, guys. It's getting closer and closer. There are no High Templars from OyA to bank the energy. But his upgrades are very, very good. It's 2-2, but Sziky also wasn't sleeping. He was upgrading, and the Carapace upgrades plus 2 weapon and +1 Carapace for the Zerg. Now OyA decided that he has enough to break this contain. The most important thing is try to kill the lurkers, because then the zealots, which he is probably building, will be able to fight against the Hydras more efficiently. And as you can see, he is building couple zealots, couple High Templars. This is a lot of pressure from Sziky. He's also trying to take the 5th base at the same time. He will be mined out in a main base soon. There are no lurkers over here. OyA is fighting with the straight muscles army. He's mined out in the main base and natural, but he's mining from 4 extractors, so it's definitely from 4 assimilators, so it's definitely possible for him to build a lot of guns, to build a lot of High Templars and a lot of valuable units. Thank you for this Trovo energy, guys, for those Trovo points. I really appreciate that. Sziky is trying to have as efficient trades as possible, but it looks like OyA is starting to win the small battles, small engagements. The adrenaline probably kicked in, but with +3 armor upgrade, those links are dealing only 2 damage to the goons. So even with the adrenaline upgrade, it's probably a little bit too slow. We can see that Sziky is struggling to build enough units to face this great army. That's not too big of an army from Protoss, but it's good enough that he is able to win the very important engagement. And if he will be able to clear this position, this will be incredible for him. And now Sziky is moving the lurkers to the field, and with those lurkers he should be able to trade against this army a little bit more efficiently. However, there are zealots which are coming as a reinforcement, and those zealots will die immediately from the lurkers. But OyA achieved the goal. He was able to kill the expansion of Sziky, and he's expanding on his own, and you can see that even Sziky scouted that. So that's incredible play from OyA, but it's not the end of the world for Sziky. He still has a lot of units, a lot of lurkers, a lot of gas to produce them, so all he needs to do is focus a little bit more on defending, maybe double expand over here to have some additional income boost. 1-1 upgrades just kick in for the links, so links are now a little bit more efficient against the Protoss army. +2 Carapace against +2 weapon. This is great for the Zerg, because now Zealot with +2 weapon. Zealot usually has to have +1 weapon advantage, so if they don't have +1 weapon advantage, that means that Zealot needs to hit links 3 times instead of 2 times. So that's great to meet the Carapace with the weapons. But we can see that OyA is researching some upgrade over here. You can see that those are 4 assimilators, 4 more Archons immediately. There will be a 5th assimilator soon. I'm pretty sure that this one is mined out. This one will be mined out very, very soon. Those are fresh, but those have 3,500 minerals, if I'm correct. So yes, so they will mine out faster than the natural ones. Sziky definitely needs to achieve something with those links. He needs to snipe some High Templars, because otherwise he will not have too big of a chances in the straight up army. Oh, this is very good evacuation from Sziky, but great storms from OyA to try to punish this army. We can see that Sziky already moved the main base drones to the 3rd base. It will be very good for him to stabilize this game for a little bit, to maybe gain like 2-3 minutes of the time to breathe a little bit longer, to mine a little bit longer from those 2 bases. This is definitely good for him that OyA is trying to attack into the lurker field. It would be much worse if OyA would try to attack into the main base, because there is nothing there. We can see that nice storms from OyA. Sziky is trying to target fire those High Templars, but there are so many of them. We can see that OyA is able to produce so many units from all those bases he has. That's both of the players understands how important it is for Sziky to have this base, to have this position, and OyA is attacking over there, but there are so many lookers, well upgraded lookers, so that's definitely very good for Sziky. But look at the supplies, guys, it's 166 to 94, so Sziky is doing a small miracle. The fact that he's fighting back against such a big army of Protoss is incredible, but OyA is not wasting time. He decided, okay, you are taking double expansion, so I will allow myself for double expansion as well. But we can see that Sziky is immediately trying to counterattack this Nexus, and maybe he will be able to snipe it. This is pretty good damage. He's also buying time thanks to that. Time which he badly needs to produce all those units, to produce enough lurkers to fight back against this army. Probably adding Defiler to the army composition would be great for him, because without the lurker, without the Defiler, it would be very hard to fight against late game army composition of the Protoss. We can see that OyA is trying to control the map, to control the game as good as he can. And now he will probably want to jump on top of this army. There is a Defiler over here already. At the same time, OyA is attacking with the pretty big force to the main base of Sziky, and this is what I was talking about. Sziky will have a hard time dealing against this army because there is no lurker here, and it looks like OyA found a weak spot. Obviously this base is only the buildings, the gas is even mined out probably, but those are the buildings, those are the hatcheries. Nice swarm over here from Sziky. He is trying to stay in the base, he is rebuilding the key units. He is already having +3 Carapace upgrade, which is the most important one. We will have 3 lurkers burrowing under the swarm to deal the critical damage to the goons. This is great for Sziky. This is incredible value for the Zerg, but I feel like Protoss can allow himself for those losses. Now OyA attacking to this base. It will be pretty hard to breach with this Sunken, but he has a lot of Zealots with the Archon supporting them from the back. Maybe somehow Sziky will be able to defend this position. You can see that he is rebuilding the Filer Mount and the Spire, so he will have a possibility to build all those units. He will be able to protect those 3 macro hatcheries. This is pretty important for him. OyA is mined out in this base. He is mining from 2 bases now, but this base is almost mined out, so soon OyA will mine only from this base, but he is securing this position. This is very important for him. Sziky very nicely using the SimCity to defend against those Zealots. His upgrades on the links are incredible, so he can trade against Zealots relatively well. However, OyA upgrades are great as well. Both of the players are showing the huge skill to all of us. Very nice game. Ooh, Sziky will be forced to rebuild Overlords. That's very, very painful when you are trying to get back to the game. OyA, just a trip of the 5 Archons. If Sziky will be able to clear those Archons, this will be actually incredible value for him. OyA probably should think about adding River to the army composition. We have a robotics support, but there is a River already. He just needs to send it to the... He just needs to send it to the army and combine it with the army. It would be very, very good for Sziky if he would have a drop and he would deny this base from OyA, because otherwise map speed scenario is never good for the Zerg. Usually the Protoss is winning the map speed scenario. Obviously if OyA would take only those 2 bases and Sziky would take those 3, it would be still great for him, but I don't see it happening. Nice plague. This is what Sziky needs. Definitely having a plague. He is going for the hive. Immediately going for the additional macro hatcheries. He have 3 macro hatcheries over here. That's actually great for him that he didn't lose them. I wonder why OyA didn't decide to try to kill those hatcheries. This is always pretty valuable for the Protoss, to kill the macro hatcheries over there, because it's not only the money but it's also the production time. Nice storms. Sziky very nicely trying to eliminate the High Templars, but good micro from OyA. Additional robo over here. The game is slowing down. Sziky looks like he's getting higher and higher in supplies. Nice storms from OyA. He has so much gas. And he will be able to save those High Templars very, very nicely. Now Sziky is using the power of the Swarm to try to snipe at least this Archon. But again, great storms from OyA. Taking this expansion is smart as well, because it will be pretty hard for Sziky to have army everywhere. Great storms from OyA again, 200 supplies from him. Sziky somehow managed to kill. He's managing to deny this 3 o'clock position expansion. Will he be able to place the swarms at the good enough? I don't think he is realizing that the 6 o'clock base is being beaten alive, and this is a little bit too big of an army from OyA, and we are having 1-1 score. Very good game, very great game on Shakura's Temple. Whew. Nice series, guys. And we have a battle. Oh, and this is just a warm-up show match, guys. We will have the grand finals of the Surprise Tournament just after that. Now Mr. Minerals will be very, very happy. Because the next map is going to be Kickflip. We are ready, guys, so let's get to the third game of the show match between OyA and Sziky. So, spawning on the bottom right location as a blue Zerg, we are having Super Gosu player Sziky, and his opponent on the top left location as a red Protoss, we are having Super Gosu player Mr. OyA. Mr. Sziky versus Mr. OyA. This is great show match in my opinion. Both of those players are so fucking good. They have such a incredible game sense. They are very fast, they are very aggressive. They both believe in their strengths, so they are not afraid of playing in your face, in playing directly towards your opponent. Mr. Headmaster, because Mr. Quark is sick, he has a COVID, so we organized this show match instead of the third place match, and third place match will be postponed. And after this show match we will have grand finals. Mr. Yu, thank you for the host, my friend. Mr. October is like, we don't like sick protos. We like all the StarCraft players, guys, right? That's important, that we are not playing some League of Legends or any other game which was created for kids, but we are playing a game for real mans, the game which destroys you every time you are trying to play in it. Only the real man can survive being beaten and being his ass being kicked every single game. Only true man can survive things like that, so every single StarCraft player is a hero. Ooh, nice micro from Sziky. Very nice micro from him. But I still think that he forced 2 cannons from OyA is pretty good for him, even though it was a 9 pull. Forcing 2 cannons before the Nexus is pretty great. Third expansion from Sziky, relatively early gas. He will want to deny scouting with those links. He will be able to see that the gateway is just starting. So he will know the timing, the potential timing of the Stargate, the potential timing of the Citadel of Adun, which means that the potential timing of the speed links. Second probe. Thank you for those BSL, not BSL, Trovo points, guys. Let me see if I can boost the project to the moon. Oh, we are still missing pretty big number, like 30,000, so but maybe for the third place match we will manage to do it. This is pretty slow game for now. Both of the players are trying to keep up with their economies. The score is 1-1, so winner of this map will have a match point, which is pretty big thing. So both of them probably wants to play it cautiously. Or just scouting with the Zealot, like this is an interesting path, but this way you can surprise your opponent with the direction where the Zealot is coming from, and as you can see those links are trying to catch the probe, but the Zealot will be just in time. However, the links just popped from Sziky, so he will be able to deny scouting. At least I think so. OyA is doing good job dodging the links. More links are coming. The Spire timing is very good for Sziky. He will probably not even lose a single overload, maybe this one. OyA will want to scout with the Corsair, but the Spire timing is so good that Sziky probably will deny OyA from scouting. And Mr. Quark is here, yeah, as I was saying to you guys, Mr. Quark is sick, so the third place match will be postponed when he will feel better. Obviously, I had COVID and I know how how terrible you feel when you have it. So definitely it's not the shape you want to play your games in. Ooh, interesting, very impressive. Not interesting, impressive I wanted to say. Very impressive by Sziky. Mr. Manu, thank you for the amazing support. Again, Mr. Manu, the biggest supporter. As you can see, there is a ranking of the supporters, and Mr. Manu is always top 1. Nice move out from OyA. If you've seen the match between Dawid and Sziky yesterday on this map, Dawid was very accurate with the zealots and Corsair aggression. And this time it looks like OyA is also having a good timing with those zealots, because there is not too many Hydras. However, he's not having Corsairs with them, so it would be no reason to commit over. Maybe there is actually a reason to commit. But is it worthy? I think it was actually pretty worthy to try to kill those links. You can see that Sziky is trying to micro as good as he can. You can see his multitasking. His multitasking is incredible. He's managing to micro with both Hydra groups on 2 different fronts. .87 supply from OyA, and now he is applying pressure with the Corsairs and the Zealots. There is a speed for overload. This is one thing that is working well for Sziky. However, those Zealots are dealing a lot of damage. That was a very nice drone drill from Sziky. So actually that's very nice hold from him. However, you can see that OyA is able to snipe the drones. There is still like 9 drones left, so it's not bad for the Zer, but so that's very nice aggression, and 2 more Zealots are trying to come and apply more pressure. And now mutas are arriving from Sziky. We could see that OyA was able to apply that big amount of pressure because he didn't invest too much into the Corsairs. I think overall he had 4 of them without even +1 weapon upgrade. So now the mutas will be extremely effective. As you can see, he will be able to even snipe those Corsairs right away, punishing the Zealots, and there is no way that OyA will be able to secure the expansion too early. Especially, he will need an Archon or Dragoons at least in order to secure the expansion. He's adding additional cannons in the mineral field to not allow Sziky to harass. Everyone knows how good Sziky Muta Micro is for the base, being taken by Sziky. 3rd cannon, I really like it. I mean, you either place a 3rd cannon or a High Templar in the main base, because the counter-attack might be very dangerous. So you are moving out with your main army, but there might be a counter-attack with the mutas to the main base. Obviously you need something to hold against the ground army, but there will be lurkers for Sziky, so he's doing a really good job keeping up with the tech as well as the macro and expanding. I think those 3 cannons will be a little bit too much to jump into, so that was a good decision from OyA to add the 3rd cannon. There is no carapace upgrades on the mutas, and OyA very nicely will be able to catch. I thought that 2 mutas, but he will be able to catch 1 muta. With those lurkers, this base is relatively safe. I think Sziky now is focusing on droning up. He knows that OyA will want to secure this expansion, and so he shouldn't attack just now. He will probably wait until the cannons will be done in this expansion, then he will think about attacking. But we can see that OyA is immediately moving out. He has a 4 High Templars, almost full with energy, plus energy upgrade is probably in production, because I know that OyA likes it. So probably that will be done soon. Those mutas, Sziky would like to use them as a... I'm pretty sure that he would like to use them as a sniper for the High Templars. We don't see any lurkers in this position. Three of them are built now. Nice lurkers around, but also beautiful storms from OyA. The observer wasn't there for a while, so the lurkers were able to deal a lot of damage. OyA with the incredible storms was able to clear majority of the army from Sziky, but there is a lot of Hydras to support this aggression, to support this defense, and it looks like OyA will be able to defend. I said OyA? I mean, Sziky will be able to defend this aggression from OyA. 1-1 upgrades against 2-0 from the Zerg. Very nice dodges. There are more storms available. Sziky is struggling to defend this aggression, but OyA with more and more storms. But I feel like Sziky with the reinforcements should be able to break those goons. And this is very expensive loss for the Protoss, because usually you want to trade the Zealots, but you want to get back with the goons. Because this is the unit, those units are costing gas. You can see that OyA wasn't mining gas in the third base. Now when the game is a little bit more calm, a little bit slower, he will probably fix this and he will start mining from this base again. OyA with the small troop, special troop, trying to take this 3rd o'clock base from Sziky. Killing those Sunkens means that there will be no support for the lurkers. Supplies are relatively close. We already had pretty significant aggression, but both players are macroing great despite that. But OyA with the 4 bases already. This base is very well protected with the 5 cannons. We can see that Sziky is thinking about the 5th base as well. The lurkers are there. You can see how quickly those are damaging the Zealots. This ninja Zealot is not scouted by Sziky, but there are a couple lurkers left over there. 2-1 upgrades against 2-0. Sziky is trying to have good enough units everywhere, but it's impossible, and we can see that there are no lurkers in this position. He's trying to send them now, but they are a little bit in a, not in a perfect position. Now there will be no more storms left. There will be one more storm left actually, which is joining the party right now, but it was used right now, so if Sziky will decide to send every unit he has, he should be able to break those goons, and he is doing it. So incredible play from the Zerg player. He's able to surround the Protoss army, and he will be able to break the goons army again. So OyA is losing the majority of the power from his army. However, he will be able to rebuild those units very quickly because he is mining from 4 assimilators. He's mining from 4 bases. Actually 3 bases now because the main base is mined out, so he should be able to have good enough production that he will be able to still apply pressure, still keep up with the aggression at least this one more time. But if this attack will not succeed, and there is a chance that it will not, it might be too bad of a position for him, because as a Protoss you usually want to gather the army ball, you want to keep the Archons and High Templars alive, you want your army to be bigger and bigger, not trade them until the end every time. However, maybe Sziky wasn't expecting this aggression from OyA. Incredible storms on top of the drone line, incredible storm on top of the lurkers, clearing most of the lurkers from Sziky, but there is 2 more storms left actually. The links are with +1 upgrades, and the upgrades from OyA are not perfect. Those are only 2-1, so the Sziky is much better with upgrades this game. However, OyA is already upgrading with 2 armories, so it might be free too soon. There is a shuttle with reverse. This is definitely a very valuable unit. However, it probably needs the dragons to support it. So Sziky scouted this base. I don't know if he knows about this shuttle. Target firing the High Templars is always nice, but we can see that Sziky knows about this shuttle and immediately denying this drop. It was probably the High Templar drop, looking at the fact where it was heading. But OyA is securing another expansion. And again, he is going for the map split, which is great for the Protoss. But Sziky already has a hive, already has the filer. The Nidus Canal is very important, because Sziky will be able to send reinforcements to defend this base. And now Sziky will start having an option to have a Plague. Plague is very important in late stage of the game, because when the rivers are joining the army composition of a Protoss, it's very hard to fight against it without a Plague. Ooh, nice save from OyA, not allowing the rivers to take the Plague. Oh, but now he lost one of the rivers. Maybe there was only one river actually. I don't know if there was a second one. But nice army split from OyA. Oh. Mr. Yu, thank you for the top love. The river is having hard time surviving. $188 to 184 supplies. Now probably OyA would like to have like 6-8 Archons, a little bit more goons, trade those Zealots and replace them with the goons, but he lost a lot of, like, he still has so much, so many Archons, so much gas income that maybe he will be able to simply trade those Zealots, cast a good storms, go back with the Archons, go back with the goons, and he will be in good enough position to have extremely powerful army. But now this is very plagueable army. And this is very vulnerable against lurkers. However, OyA Storms proved to be magnificent, so first there need to be a lurker. This is pretty trapped army over here. And probably both of the players thinking about taking these expansions. Those are the only bases in the map which are not taken. So we will have the possibility for the players to prove to us who is better in the longer game, because even though that this is the same amount of bases, I think both of the players has the tools to win it. You can see that Zerg is taking 2 more bases in the middle, but OyA decided, okay, so you have all the units over there, so probably there are no units around here, and he is right, there are no units around here. Sziky needs to use this knight to send a couple more lurkers, but there will be a river, oh my god! The river will be able to deal so much damage. The lurkers, there is only 2 lurkers, so it looks like OyA found a weak spot of Sziky base. So OyA is doing a great job pushing forward. However, he needs to be careful because his army needs to deal a great amount of damage because it will be trapped. There will be no escape from it. However, he is trading magnificently. He is doing a good job trading, good job storming, killing a lot of valuable units from Sziky. You can see the amount of cash. There is 4,000 minerals for OyA, and Sziky spent all the surfaces he has on every single unit. The river is dealing so much damage with the support of the Archons, but now OyA decided that he dealt enough damage. He is satisfied with the trade. He wants to save the river. He still has so much gas that he will be able to build so many High Templars, so many Archons. One more zealot, 3-1-3 upgrades. There will be some kind of a drop. This is probably the river. No, Rebo! No Rebo, this is High Templar, this is fake Rebo. But beautiful storm drops. This base is very well defended. On the other hand, 10 links with the swarm and OyA not paying attention, those valuable units could be dead. Very good army composition from OyA, very efficient one. The rivers and Archons, this is so hard to fight against. Obviously you need to use Plague. Sziky is already mining from this base, which is very important for him, but he's mined out in the first 3, soon to be 4 first bases, so he badly needs this income. OyA is actually almost mined out in the top right, so he also needs additional base. The plagues are real. There is a lot of lurkers. There is a lot of zealots over here, but only one lurker. More lurkers arriving from Sziky. The scourges might be detrimental for the rivers, so OyA needs to keep it as safe as possible. He's doing a good job using the ground units as a shield. There is no observer over there in this army with with OyA. Now there are 2 observers over here. The Rebo is having incredible value. This is very important engagement. Sziky is doing whatever is possible to get back to this game. Maybe not to get back to this game, to like survive this incredible aggression which OyA is applying on him. Incredible free upgrades. 3-1-3 from OyA. Nice swarm. He probably wants to finish this river. This river is having 18 kills. Sziky is mining from those 2 bases. This base is almost mined out, similarly to this base from OyA, but OyA still has 4,000 minerals. Beautiful play from Sziky. This river was having such a huge value. This base is unbreakable. If OyA will decide to attack over here, it will be so great for Sziky because OyA will lose everything. Nice snipe on the High Templars. Sziky is playing the value game right now, swarming the plaguing the zealots. This is great. OyA has such a powerful 9 o'clock position. There are rivers with the upgrade for attack. Incredible. This is Links and Lurkers against Zealots, Archons, High Templars and Rivers. Look at the supplies, guys. It's 182 against 125. There are so many Rivers. Both of those Rivers are dead, but there is 4 more left. Sziky is not mining from this base, which means that he's only mining from bottom left. So what he has, what we see, this is what we've got. We will have no more units from Sziky. He has no more income in order to produce those units. You can see that Sziky is struggling to defend this base. But now OyA decided, okay, I eliminated enough of those lurkers, now I can just simply go and try to snipe them, but that might have been a little bit overestimation of his own possibilities. However, those rivers are dealing so much damage to the Zerg army. This is plus 125 damage each shot, and it also deals a splash damage. So this is an insane game we have over here on Kickflip. OyA, you can see that his supplies are getting lower and lower. Not supplies, but supplies as well, but I wanted to say cash he has. But now he realized, okay, I had 27 High Templars in my 3 o'clock base, so I can storm Sziky for days and then make Bazillion Archons. But Sziky is able to build more and more units somehow. He will be able to clear this Archon, this river. He knows that OyA is mining only from this expansion, so this is where he's having hope to win this game. This is how he is planning to win this game. He's expecting OyA to be starved, but he didn't expect. It's never easy to calculate how much money Protoss has, because if OyA wouldn't have this 4,000 surface, probably Sziky would have this game until now. But OyA was very efficient with the trades he has, so he was spending resources very smartly, building out of High Templars, out of Archons. Those are cheap, and now Sziky definitely needs a Defiler. if you are building such that kind of army composition, Defiler is a key unit, because normally zealots are surviving way too long without a plague. And we are having GG from Sziky. OyA is taking 2-1 lead, and that means that both of the players are still in it, but it's 2-1 lead for OyA, and OyA will have a match point. Interesting, very interesting. The next map will be Lemonite, called Lemon. This is old ASL map. I don't know if the players needs additional break or something. They are in the channel. Let's see if they will create it immediately, or maybe they will go and have a break. We can see that OyA immediately created Lemon. What a games we have. This is actual Showmatch. They are showing us the skill they have in their packet. I'm ready, guys. I didn't even turn on the music between the games because I was so excited with the previous game. So we are starting the next game. It's going to be on Lemon. So on the bottom right location we are having the red Protoss Mr. OyA. On the top left location we are having the blue Zerg Mr. Sziky. Nice. That's nice. I think this map has a huge potential for Protoss players. Yesterday we had a nice game between Dawid and Sziky over here. Let's see if Sziky analyzed the replay and found the mistakes he made against Dawid. Also, I wonder what will be the approach of OyA. We can see that he's going for pylon. He's coming back with the probe, so it's still possible that he will go for the forge first or gateway first. But most likely it will be gateway first, because if you are going for the forge first, you usually are scouting after pylon. So I'm expecting gateway first from him. And we can see gateway is placed. So on the one hand, if you allow Protoss to take the third base on this map, you are playing against 4 gases Protoss, but on the other hand, Zerg usually has the third base faster, and with 3 bases, Zergs can go for the mass mutas and win against the Corsairs relatively easily. So that's definitely a possibility for the Zerg. But first thing, you need to be in the position to take the third base. And usually as a Zerg, when you know that your opponent, if you will allow your opponent to take the third base, it will be very bad. Then the Zergs are playing like extra macro on 6 or even on 5 hatcheries to make it earlier. And they are applying pressure, they are going for fast overload. And overload speed to deny the Dark Templars. You can see Sziky will take 12 o'clock base as a third. The Zealot will arrive to him, but he started with the very economical opening and he will have links just in time. That would be very fortunate for him that this is a cross position, because otherwise this Zealot would be already in his mineral field and would punch those drones in their heads. Look how blindly you can see in this forest. You don't see too much. This forest is blocking vision, so those things don't know where the zealot is. Now they found it. However, there should be good enough timing for the cannon, so Sziky will not be able to kill the gateway. However, I wonder if there is a gap on the right side. I don't know this map too much. Oh, but Sziky found a weakness in the defense of OyA. It will be probably good enough amount of links to be so he will be able to deny the cannon, and it might be the end of the game. We might have 2-2 score between those players. We can see that Sziky is applying pressure GG, and we are having 2-2 score. Those guys are meant to face each other over and over again. Incredible series from both players. Not this music. This is a true series. Bonnie and Dawid already banned the maps. Like, kind of banned the map. They agreed on the first map. They know that every single map pool I'm picking is so good that whatever map the opponent will pick, it will be great for them. That's why Terror created the nickname called Nice Map Zero. But this will be on the one of the nice maps from Zero, Colosseum, for the last match of the show match. Let's get into it without further ado. On the top left location of Colosseum, we are having amazing Protoss player Mr. OyA and his opponent. On the bottom left location, we are having amazing Z player Mr. Sziky. Colosseum is one of the maps that Sziky decided to pick against Dawid, but he was playing both against OyA and against Dawid the 9 pull into Sunken in front of the opponent base, but it didn't work in both situations. So this game he is going for the Overlord, we can see it, and I like it much more. And what is the characteristics of this map? I think the biggest one is that your first 3 bases, which is your main base, your natural, and your third base, is like one of the 4 pizza slices of the map. And to take the 4th base, you actually need to go for another pizza slice, and it's so far away and so hard to defend that maybe, like, I was thinking yesterday why Sziky picked this map against Dawid, and probably as a Zerg player you can defend your 4th base a little bit easier because your units are faster. So defending the 4th base, which is for example here or here, is possible because you can place couple lurkers here and you have 2 bases well defended. Where for Protoss to take another base, maybe this base is relatively easy to take if Zerg will not scout it, but for example this base, defending this base and this base is very hard for the Protoss. We can see Nexus first from OyA against 12 Hatch, so this time OyA is going for a very good economical opening from his side. Now he's going for the Forge and probably Gateway into the gas. I don't know if he will have enough place to build a gateway over here. It would be great for him if he have it. He didn't have it. But it's not the end of the world, because he will play Cybernetic Core here, and with the zealots it will be pretty tight wall. Sziky with the insane micro, drone micro, this is so hard to do. The layer is already on the way, even before the third base. OyA sees it, so he knows that he will have to face very fast mutas, or at least very fast scourges. He will have to respect the fact that it might be the mutas. There is a second cannon, maybe because OyA is afraid that his walling isn't perfect. So in case of Sziky going for the mass links. And also the probe was pushed away from the main base, so OyA doesn't know whether Sziky didn't cancel the layer and build the heroes then. I'm not sure if it's tied between Gateway and Cybernetic Core. For sure, when there is a forge in the position when the Cybernetic Core is, it's tied. I think it's tied over here as well. It would be definitely tied if he would place Cybernetic Core here, right? The Spire is on the way, Stargate is on the way. So the only difference in this playstyle from Sziky is that the Spire is significantly faster, so you can have a much faster mutas. And if you will decide not to go for the mutas, you can play normally for the fourth and to the fourth and fifth hatch, and even sixth hatch if you want. But you have a faster scourges, so you can deny scouting from the Protoss, and Protoss doesn't know if you are mining gas, which usually indicates the mutas, or if you are going for the mass hatcheries, which usually indicates Hydra risks. Ooh, but Mr. OyA, he will bring a special kind of meat on our table. Nyach, 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 yes! That's amazing, that's great. Looks like Sziky is... How many mutas did he build? Oh, it's 6 mutas already. The cannon will be a little bit too late, so he will have... Oh, but Sziky doesn't realize that this cannon is a little bit too late. He still will jump on top of it, but he could kill it without even taking too much damage. But still, this is incredible for Sziky, especially that he is facing the Robo build order, which means that there is no potential for the Dragoons from OyA. And so he's basing his anti-air defense on Corsairs. Sziky very nicely target firing them in the Nexus. At the same time he's droning up, he's not over-investing into the mutas, which wouldn't be too bad if he's having the Carapace upgrade. on the way. But OyA will be able to clear it, but not before losing the Nexus. We also have some Zealot aggression in the main base. That's actually nice. I think, yeah, it was a shuttle drop Zealots. So that's actually very nice to deny Sziky some mining time. This shuttle, this is very important for... Oh, one Zealot only. So he lost it. But now OyA has a potential of building a lot of Corsairs from those two Stargates. However, Sziky also have a potential to start mining from the third gas, where OyA is mining only from one gas right now, so he either has to decide whether he wants to build a speed for the shuttle, go for the rivers. We can see that he's going for Citadel of Adun, so later he will probably want to go for the Templar Archives. All of that costs gas. A lot of Hydras are in production from Sziky. He is on 5 hatcheries right now, so that's one thing which is working for OyA. Hello Mr. Tossbroken, this is the showmatch before the BSL Surprise Tournament finals. So after this particular game, we will have the grand finals of the tournament which we have here on Trovo, sponsored by Trovo. And it's going to be Dawid versus Bonnie. Probably best two foreigner players outside Korea in the world facing each other. OyA finding a weak spot, but the shuttle will be probably sniped. Nice micro from OyA, trying to evacuate the shuttle. That was insane maneuvering from OyA, managing to save the shuttle most likely, but he needs to be careful because the Hydras are here. Ooh, that was close. That was very close. Oh, okay. Okay, excuse me. I'm too cultural for you guys. I know why Artosis is calling you guys in the chat. No upgrades for OyA, we are trollers. We troll. Ooh, what an expansion from Sziky. But actually this river is much better than the storms against this kind of aggression. Incredible river micro from OyA. And even despite losing the early Nexus, he is able to have a pretty powerful army. I mean, Sziky is definitely having the advantage in this game, but if OyA will have like a couple more traits like that, he might be in a great position. The only bad part I can see from his position is that he doesn't have any anti-air. Only those Corsairs, but if Sziky would decide to switch to the Mutas, it would be much better. Much better for him, but it would be much worse for OyA because he's simply building Zealots plus rivers. But maybe Sziky is not tempted to switch to the Mutas because he didn't build the +1 weapon, a +1 carapace, and there is +1 weapon for OyA. We can see the High Templars also. So this will be extremely powerful army composition. Killing the poor Sunken, which did nothing to anyone. He just sprayed his phlegma. This will be extremely powerful army composition. We can see that Sziky gas was spent somewhere, and it was spent on Mutas actually. So that's insane. And he is mining in the 4th base, and I don't see any anti-air. Actually, High Templar is pretty good to anti-air, guys. Forget what I was saying. All you need to do is have 5 High Templars, 1 Dragoon, and 1 Corsair, and anything. There is no thing that is scary, but ooh, the drop will be scary. Definitely. Beautiful drop play from Sziky. This base will be dead. The river was sniped, but this is still pretty big army from the Protoss. There are no lurkers, so those units can trade well. However, it's only 0-0-0 against 2-0 Zerg, so the upgrades are actually very good for the Zerg. He lost the Observer, but there are no lurkers, so it's not that painful for him. There is no more storms available for OyA. You can see that he's sending more and more reinforcements. The Zealots are dealing a lot of damage in the main base. He will kill the Evolution Chamber, but he also lost his own Natural, and he's mined out in the main base. So, and the shuttle died. GG from OyA, and we are having 3-2 victory for Sziky. GG. Whew. Nicely done, guys. Nicely done. So as you can see, Thor won this time. Our Thor winner. Nicely done. Good game. Nicely done. So that means that we can move to the grand finals of BSL Surprise Tournament. Bonnie versus the World. Bonnie versus the World coming soon. I will go and take like 5-minute break because I was casting for 2 hours. This amazing best of 5 between you guys, but we will have best of 7 between Bonnie and the World. So let me just prepare some, because obviously we know how powerful our players are. So let me just create amazing graphics. Yes, we have Batman versus Superman. Who will win? BSL Batman or BSL